I don't know. There's something about recording it from the wire. When I record from the wire into there, the waves come out a little bit more bubbly. They haven't been broken down yet. You know what I mean? Best way I can say it is if you're catching a fly and you catch him on some tape, you still got a fly. But if you put him into a computer, you got to actually shatter him and put him into the computer. You'll see the cracks, is all I'm saying. That's on hardwire in. Even though it's going to be coming out USB into the computer, that's just one less USB that I got to worry about right now. As soon as I can figure out how to eliminate USB into the computer, how do you guys get your audio into the computer? Does it end up in a USB? I don't know. That's just kind of crazy to me. But what's up, guys? Popo here. Thank you very much for coming to the channel. I want to talk about two different kinds of mixers today, and they both have USB. But when you're messing with your MPC and it says like hook up to your it says hook up to your mixer, right? And you got your USB cable and you hook up to your mixer and you're like, bet, got my USB, and you go to your menu and your preferences and you select your mixer and the 32 outs. What happens is, if you're like a lot of mixers like this Allen Heath, yeah, it's got 28, 20, 30 something, it's got a lot of channels on it, right? But I can only come in 2 channels. Most USB mixers only allow you to come into 2 channels. That's how this one works. I thought maybe I could go into this one and spread it across 32 channels, but no. So I gotta go out the wires, which is dope, because I like, me personally, I rather send my audio out of these wires instead of the USB. Now, I don't totally understand how it goes from like a big, nice $5,000 audio interface into a computer if it uses USB, or I ain't there yet. But I mean, I've sent the audio over, and yeah, it sends it. It's data. It's sending data, but I'm trying to send as much audio as possible. I don't want to send data. I want to send. This is USB, you know, for data, wires for audio. So I'm trying to send a hot signal, and the USB sends it too, and it sounds good, but I don't know. I haven't done a wave comparison or anything like that. Me personally, I like to use the wires coming out the back, all of them, and but that's how I have to use it for this mixer. Now, I'm going to show you another mixer like this here. Like I'm telling you, I put this on here. I don't even have to demonstrate because this has been out for a while. Now, when you hit preferences, you go to you hit menu, you go to preferences, you go to audio device, and you switch that bad boy over to, and it'll detect the mixer. Just detect the mixer. You can see the lights just flickered on the mixer, right? Probably not. They're flickering. You can hear it. It's popping. So now that I have that like that, even though I hit the 32 outputs, it don't matter because I only have 2-channel USB return on this mixer. So if you're looking to do that, which is kind of fire, to be able to just separate your signal. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. 22 tracks off of one program, kick, snare, hi-hat, blah blah blah, all across, just sent into a DAW, which is super dope. But for this right here, you know, I have to use this, which is dope because I'm actually going from this mixer into that one to print on the DAW. So for me to get audio back on here now, to activate the USB playback on here, which I ain't too crazy about, because it gives you a little buzz. I mean, it gives me interference, and I got a new power conditioner and everything. I still get this little high-pitched buzz. But it's the same audio. No, it's not. this hooked up to my thing here, but again, it's sending data, and it's not sounding bad at all. I just like to use my 8 outs on here. So I go back to preferences, turn this back to input, internal, and then I hit play. It's just really, really dope because now I can assign to each channel to an output, and I have control over that mix going into there, opposed to just the USB mix coming into 2 channels. Now, we're going over to the other mixer, and I want to show you. It's dope because it's got 22 channels where you have 22 USB. If you got it hooked up right and it's grounded right, and it isn't humming or anything like that, it could be pretty dope. So I'm going to show you that real quick. Remember, the Allen Heath mixer and a lot of the mixers have 2-channel USB return. So you're only going to get 2 channels back and forth, which is still dope. Now, I don't use it, but I just thought that since it was sitting in the middle of my mixer, I'd mention it. But just dope. Check this out. Check this out. Let's go over to the Soundcraft. And the reason I don't have this hooked up is because if I plug this into my Soundcraft, then I can't have it going into my DAW. I'm using my 22 channels as input to the DAW. But for this video, I'm going to unplug it from the DAW. Let me show you real quick that this audio is going into the DAW, and then we'll do that. So check it out. It's all messed up over there, alright? But look, when I hit play on here, and I'm not USB anymore, it's going into my mixer, but it's when I hit play, it goes into the DAW. That's all I wanted to show you from the Allen Heath mixer. Cool. So got all these wires, right? Which I love wires. I love to have the wires. So we're gonna unplug from the computer. I know. I'll plug this USB into here, and like I say, on the Allen Heath mixer, it only has 2 channels. And it's so important if you're trying to do this with a USB and none of these cables. Let's watch. We're gonna hit menu, preferences, and I know this isn't a new update or anything, but I want to show you in the 32 outs. Don't save. Fuck it. And I couldn't do this on my other mixer. It would only allow me to play back on those 2 channels. I could do separate 1 and 2, like a 2-track, but I want 22 tracks. And yeah, they got the new update and everything. It didn't do much. It just gave you, I believe, the base Model 10, I thought. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Let's load up a new project. Or the same song, actually. Let's just do that. Remind me later again. This one right here. This is an album that I'm working on, 33 1/3. And I got inspired because of sampling from records, of course. Hopefully the name's not taken, but if it is, I'll put 0.1 or whatever I have to do. But these are some songs that I'm working on stemming out, so that's why I want to share this with you. So now I can go out. Let's just hit play and see what it sounds like. On sequence 2. 3. 3. Alright, so we got no audio. Go to our outputs. Says we're getting audio. So I have to go over here to my mixer and hit each USB so I get USB return. That's all I would have got. And it sounds dope. It don't sound bad is the thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to unplug these, but I don't have to have these in here. I don't have to have these wires, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to. Me personally, I like to do it that way because I don't get a high-pitched hum for some reason when I plug it in USB. Because I looked at it on a pair of EQ and it was just like, you could see the floor was noisy when I had it plugged in USB. I'm not going to do a comparison or anything like that, just that's what I saw on mine. And when I plug it in hardwire, the floor goes away. It was a cleaner signal for some reason. Maybe it's just my setup. But check this. Now we go. Just play with this for a minute. What? Let's go back here out to 1 and 2. My whole point is if you want to take each program, where are we at? Let's mix this. Each drum now, watch. I'm gonna go route. And I only got 6 outs on here. You know what I'm saying? I only got 6 outs on here, so this helps me get more out of what I got. That's all. And this takes a minute. But you shouldn't be in a hurry when it comes to this. This should be exciting. Cool, we got 6 outs already just for drums. And we can't hear them all yet because I haven't hit the USB return on there, but so far we use 6. Now we go to our sample. Where are we at? Right here. Route that to 7. I mean, I got so many options and I got 22 channels, so I think that's the whole song. Let's put this down and hit up this mixer. Don't worry. Remember, the other mixer only had 2 USB returns. This one has 22. So be careful when you're buying your mixer if you're trying to use all USB. Yeah, I got a mess. But now I can go into each one of these. And the gain don't do nothing. It's giving you the signal from in here. So if you need to turn it up, you need to turn it up over here. But you can't EQ it. Every single channel. Me personally, I don't work like this, but to get the stems separate the best way possible with just an MPC and a mixer, shit's tight. Me personally, I kind of see whenever I go in this way, my chops, and I'll show you real quick, and then I'll end this video. But I just thought it would be kind of dope to see this here real quick. I'm going to show you some chops on here, and you guys tell me what you think, okay? Just check it. This is a song I was working on, and I just exported the stems from the MPC USB, and this is how they came out, right? I mean, they look just like on the MPC is what I'm saying. They look, I'm telling you, if you were to take these here right now, they've already been cut up, like they've already been digitized, you know what I'm saying? They look, when you zoom in on these, you can really tell. That's just my personal preference. That's just my personal opinion, honestly. Sound good, and they're big and fat, you know what I mean? So I really can't complain. I don't know, I just think that's dope that you can take all your stems like that. You only got 6 outputs and you don't have a big interface or anything like that. It's kind of a good way. You could just put them in there and then do some other stuff to them. Meaning, like, go to your mixer and add a freaking pair of EQ. But I don't know. There's something about recording it from the wire. When I record from the wire into there, the waves come out a little bit more bubbly. They haven't been broken down yet. You know what I mean? Best way I can say it is if you're catching a fly and you catch him on some tape, you still got a fly. But if you put him into a computer, you got to actually shatter him and put him into the computer. You'll see the cracks is all I'm saying. That's weird, but that's what's going on, right? So I'm going to end that on here. Again, it was just about the Soundcraft 22 mixer and the Allen Heath. It's not a war between which one sounds better or not. I like the Soundcraft 22 because it has a 22 USB return, and most important, it comes with some really nice effects, and it sounds dope. But the Allen Heath, I'm learning to like it more and more every day, honestly. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I get a lot of questions about the 22 channel USB and what mixers work with it. Just make sure that if you want 22 channels USB, make sure it's got all USBs. That's all. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm just going to sit down here and try to stem out more stuff. I'm actually going hardwire in. That's just that's what I'm doing. I'm going hardwire in. Even though it's going to be coming out USB into the computer, that's just one less USB that I got to worry about right now. As soon as I can figure out how to eliminate USB into the computer, how do you guys get your audio into the computer? Does it end up in a USB? I don't know, that's just kind of crazy to me, but it sounds dope. Right on, guys. I'm Polypopo. Thank you very much for coming out, and I'll see you on the next one.